John Bollinger with Premier Guitar. Today we're taking a first look of the new Taylor Builder Edition 717 model. Comes with the V-Class bracing, which I'm told gives it more sustain and volume. Now V-Class bracing is, I believe, a proprietary Taylor thing that they came up with it. And as far as volume and sustain, yeah, I would call that a lot of sustain and volume. And the thing I like about it, I don't know if this is, it's funny thing about acoustic guitars. Like when you dig into them really hard, or any guitar for that matter, like a drum, you dig into a drum hard and it kind of compresses and you sort of lose the ring. The thing I like about this guitar, I don't know if it's because of the bracing, you can really work it dynamically. You know, you can play pretty quietly. You get all that tone, and you can dig into it more. So anyway, I feel like it's a very expressive instrument, and I don't know if that's because of this V-Class bracing or what, but yeah, I like that. I'm in favor of whatever that magic mojo is. Let's see, you got a graphite nut, which I like. I think it's kind of the wave of the future. Seems to work well. Sitka spruce top, which is the standard of the industry for acoustics. Hard to beat that. And they've done their torrefied business with it, which, from what I understand, it sort of almost kind of ages the wood, makes it respond more like an older guitar, which is what we all want. We don't want a guitar to sound brand new, an acoustic anyway. We want it to, to open up, and they really do open up. And I'm sure this one feels, for out of the box, it feels very open, but I'm sure it's going to get even more open when you play it. Indian rosewood, back and sides, and it's funny, it's not as like red as I would imagine some of them, but I think it's a really pretty wood. And then interestingly enough, they have the finish is what they call a silent satin, which is it's a serious attention to detail. I think some guitars, you go like that and you get like a squeak, like a squeaky clean thing. There's no squeak on that. So maybe they're doing that for those, percussive players who bang and rub on their guitars and stuff like that. I don't know, but yeah, cool. That's a good idea. They even redesigned the bridge to make it more ergonomic, like it's not going to catch your hand or whatever. And I guess maybe it's a little lower, I guess. I've got a Taylor that I've had for years, and I think it is a little, the bridge is different. I couldn't tell you exactly what it does, but yeah, this one's very comfortable. And this is a first look, so I literally just took this out of the case. Other details include a rolled fretboard, and I guess that is to kind of give it that sort of broken in feeling. It's hard to imagine that the sheer attrition of a hand on a guitar neck will kind of roll it over time, but I think that does happen. And you can, of course, go to a luthier and have that rolled, but I think what they're going for there is that feeling of an old guitar that's been played a lot. And it's got a compound carved neck, which I guess, in theory is going to give you like a more comfortable way to play all the way up the neck. But I have found for acoustics, for me, all the money is right down there, man. In that like open G. That's kind of where you want to be. Well, that's where I want to be. But for those of you who are more adventuresome and want to cover all the neck, apparently this is going to be a little bit easier because of that compound radius. Other details, they call this the Grand Pacific body, I think. But to me, with these shoulders like this, it kind of reminds me of a J45, like a Gibson, J45, that sort of bell shape. Whatever it is, I like it. It's I think it's just a cool looking guitar. And again, it's sort of freaky if you can see in there that those braces, the bracing right like that is kind of interesting. Kind of threw me when I first saw it. So why don't I just play it a bit and you can hear it. Now you're hearing it mostly through this DPA mic that I've got around the 12th fret. So it's coming at you just kind of off the 12th fret, dry, and you'll probably hear a little bit from my lav mic as well. But they argue that, they said it's a very balanced guitar, and I would say so. That feels pretty balanced. Like the low strings and the high strings seem to ring pretty similar, Right? Kind of nice. Right? Top, bottom, roughly the same, which is the goal. There's some guitars where you're hearing a lot more of one or the other, but I think that's a nice balance. For your whole cowboy chord, man, very chimey, right? Just feels good. For more of a kind of a comp and jazzy kind of tone. Anyway, very expressive instrument. And perhaps one of my favorite parts of the 717 is this sexy cowboy case. Look at that. With all that like old school tooled leather, or okay, it's not tooled leather, but it looks like tooled leather. I love it, man. It's very kind of Elvis Presley, from back in the day sort of thing. I think Gretsch did some things like this as well. So love that. I love like little Easter eggs like that, So that's our first look at Taylor's new Builder Edition 717. To read the full written review, go to premierguitar.com. And while you're online, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, Instagram, Twitter, go to the PG site for endless hours of guitar geekery, and hell, buy the hard copy of the magazine. The magazine is great. Check out my column Last Call, the back page. It's super fun. You might learn something. you might not. This is John Bolger. Till next time.